Have you ever felt stuck in a relationship? Have there been times when the harder you tried to hold on, the more it pushed the other person away? If you've found yourself in this situation, the no contact rule might be just what you need to explore. The no contact rule isn't just about stopping texts, calls, or any form of communication with the other person. It's a powerful psychological strategy designed to create the necessary space for both parties to reflect while reestablishing your value in the other person's eyes. But why is silence so powerful? Why does stepping back sometimes become the way to get closer? In this article, we'll delve into the workings of the no contact rule and how to apply it intelligently and subtly. You'll understand how this rule helps to balance emotions, redefine relationships, and even make the other person unable to stop thinking about you. This is not just a simple strategy, it is an art of managing emotions and building self-worth. If you're curious about how this rule can completely transform the way you perceive and handle relationships, don't miss what's coming next. Click subscribe today to discover more tips to master your emotions and build healthier, more fulfilling relationships. Simply put, the no contact rule involves cutting off all communication, no texting, no calling, no social media interactions with a woman under certain circumstances. These include situations where the relationship has ended and you need time to regain balance, or when the other person acts ambiguously, disrespectfully, or takes advantage of you. However, the purpose of this rule isn't to manipulate or seek petty revenge. Instead, it's about setting clear boundaries and demonstrating that you won't tolerate any behavior that undermines your self-worth. At the same time, it serves to protect your dignity and self-respect, reminding yourself that you deserve a healthier relationship. By applying the no contact rule, you not only create space for the other person to reconsider, but also focus on improving yourself, healing emotionally, and regaining confidence. This isn't about giving up. It's about asserting your value and self-respect. Number 1, this strategy targets a woman's ego. One of the reasons why the no contact rule is so powerful and effective lies in its profound impact on a woman's ego. Women are often accustomed to being pursued, desired, and even begged by men. So when they encounter a man who dares to walk away, cut off contact, and refuse to engage in their games, it can be a massive shock to their pride. This isn't just a typical feeling of rejection, it's an ego blow, a psychological overload that leaves them bewildered and sometimes provokes intense emotional reactions. When a man applies the no contact rule, he sends a powerful message: I know my worth and I will not tolerate being treated unfairly. This not only demonstrates confidence, but also makes women, even if they try to hide it, unable to ignore the fact that he is different. A man who is willing to walk away and refuse to involve himself in unhealthy relationships commands respect from both men and women. This decisiveness not only conveys strength, but also makes women realize that he is someone with boundaries, someone who cannot be easily manipulated. In a way, no contact also triggers the fear of being replaced. Both men and women struggle with the idea that they are no longer a desirable choice. A quote from the book The Art of Seduction captures this idea perfectly. We can endure others being wealthier or more talented than us, but it is incredibly unsettling to realize someone might be more desirable than we are. When you walk away, the rule forces women to confront the deep insecurity that you might be looking for and could potentially find someone better. This strikes a powerful blow to their self-esteem, often prompting them to act in surprising ways. Beyond its effect on a woman's ego, the no contact rule offers its greatest benefit to you: mental liberation. Attraction, love, and desire are like a form of addiction to the brain, and when you continuously stay attached to someone unsuitable, you chain yourself to a loop of negative emotions. No contact helps you disconnect from that emotional source. Much like detoxing from a harmful habit, the longer you stay away, the more you realize that the woman isn't the angel you once thought she was. She's just another ordinary person among countless others. and this realization helps you break free from emotional dependency, allowing you to develop a richer, more resilient mindset. Moreover, women are drawn to strength, the strength of self-restraint, clear boundaries, and confidence in one's value. When you walk away from an unfit situation, it not only shows respect for yourself, but also subtly asserts that you are a man who knows what he wants and won't settle for less. This not only makes you more attractive, but also reinforces your own self-esteem. Therefore, the no-contact rule is not just a strategy to make women recognize your value. It's a lesson in overcoming emotional barriers, maintaining dignity, and striving for a more positive life. When applied correctly, it is the ultimate expression of confidence and self-worth. Qualities that anyone, male or female, cannot help but admire. Number 2. This rule sparks her curiosity about you. When you step out of her life and completely disappear, her imagination begins to run wild. This creates a series of hypothetical scenarios in her mind, from you enjoying life at a bar with stunning women, to something more mundane, like you lounging on the couch watching boring TV shows. Interestingly, the human brain tends to exaggerate and focus on scenarios that make us feel the most unsettled. As a mantra, I often remember, your brain frequently deceives you. Women, in my experience, are more sensitive to feelings of anxiety and insecurity. They tend to overthink and analyze situations more deeply, especially when there's ambiguity involved. This is tied to a psychological trait known as neuroticism, a tendency to gravitate toward negative emotions such as insecurity, self-doubt, and anxiety. While everyone has varying degrees of neuroticism, women generally score higher than men on this scale. Because of this, when you suddenly withdraw and leave a void, their minds quickly fill that void with speculation, often imagining you living a fantastic life without them. This makes it nearly impossible for them not to be curious about you. Moreover, this curiosity often triggers a natural response in women, the desire to investigate. From observation, many women even pride themselves on their detective skills. They won't hesitate to gather information from friends, stalk your social media, or even concoct their own scenarios to find answers. This only enhances your allure, as people are inherently drawn to mystery. The irony is that the best strategy to make a woman want you back isn't to chase after her or try to win her over. It's to move on. When you genuinely continue with your life, she will realize that she is no longer the center of your world. This not only makes her curious, but can also spark a sense of longing from her end. However, I always advise men that trying to get back with someone isn't always the wisest choice. There's a reason the relationship ended, and with a clearer mind, you'll often find that moving forward is the best thing you can do. Number 3, it increases your value post-breakup. When someone decides to end a relationship, they've often mentally prepared themselves, convincing themselves that it's the right thing to do. However, even after reaching this decision, they're not always completely certain or entirely free of doubts. For this reason, if you continue to stay in touch after the breakup, texting, calling, or making yourself readily available whenever they need it, it prevents them from experiencing the full sense of loss their decision should bring. Instead of feeling the pain or facing the reality that you're no longer part of their life, they get to have the best of both worlds, the freedom of breaking up and the security of knowing you're still around. This diminishes the effect of the breakup, making it harder for them to truly grasp the significance of the relationship. By clinging out of fear of losing them, you inadvertently soothe their sense of loss, diluting the emotional consequences they should be experiencing. Conversely, when you truly cut off contact, your absence forces them to confront the reality that you're no longer in their life. This creates a void that isn't easily filled. They no longer have the comfort or safety of knowing you're still waiting, while they freely explore their independence. Instead, They're compelled to face the fact that you've moved on with your life and that the breakup may have cost them someone important. This action not only reinforces your value, but also encourages your ex to reassess their decision. People often only recognize the value of something when it's gone. Your absence is the clearest reminder that their decision to break up has consequences, and that consequence is losing you. An effective way to initiate this rule is to send a goodbye message, not to beg or plead, but to accept the breakup with clarity and respect. This message should communicate your standards. I wanted this relationship, but I'm only willing to be with someone who wants it too and is committed to building it with me. Since you've made your decision, I respect it and will move on with my life. This message is neither needy nor desperate. It exudes confidence and self-respect. Most importantly, during the no-contact phase, you must maintain your standards even if they initiate contact with you. Many exes text not because they want to reconcile, but to ease their own guilt or insecurities. Messages like, "I miss you," or "I keep thinking about you," are often fleeting emotional expressions rather than signs of genuine change. Responding to these messages and maintaining contact only diminishes the impact of the no-contact rule, reassuring them that you're still there, requiring no real effort or change on their part. Nonviolent aggression, militancy, belief in the political ideals of the people you love and the world you wish to save from. The truth is, neediness and desperation push others away. On the other hand, independence, self-control, and the ability to move forward with your life are incredibly attractive. When you uphold your standards and show them you've truly stepped away, it forces them to question whether they're willing to lose you forever. This isn't about playing mind games. It's about protecting your self-esteem and building inner strength. In your silence and distance, you help them realize you're not easily replaceable, while proving that you're strong enough to thrive without relying on anyone. Number 4. The scarcity mindset. When applying the no-contact rule. If you apply the no-contact rule with the sole hope of getting her back, the energy you emit will reflect scarcity and desperation, and that can be sensed, whether directly or indirectly. Humans, especially women, are highly perceptive to unspoken signals, and if she senses that you're just waiting for her, the rule loses its inherent power. Instead, you must approach no contact as a way to truly move on. This is the time to focus on yourself, rebuild your life, and step away from a situation that might no longer be good for you. The message here isn't, "I'm waiting for you to realize my value." It's, "I'm moving on because I know my worth, and if you don't recognize that, I don't care." This mindset not only helps you regain your autonomy, but also creates a strong sense of attraction, because independence and confidence are qualities that everyone respects. Stop wanting her to come back. There's a reason she left, and in most cases, her return won't bring you lasting happiness. From the experience of many, getting back together often leads to a cycle of the same old issues. The best course of action is to use the no-contact rule as an opportunity for healing and growth, rather than waiting for an uncertain outcome. Here are the right actions to take when using the no-contact rule. 1. Remove all traces of her from your life. Hearken back and listen. Don't let gifts, messages, or even her social media images trigger your emotions and pull you back into a scarcity mindset. Clear out everything that reminds you of her. Store it away, throw it out, or ask someone else to hold on to it. This might seem trivial, but every time you see a reminder of her, it triggers emotional and chemical reactions in your brain, making it harder to move on. Letting her die in your mind is a necessary step for you to move forward powerfully. 2. Completely avoid her social media. Don't check her profile, view her stories, or reread old messages. Every time you do, you're prolonging your recovery and trapping yourself in an emotional spiral. Eliminate all signs of her so you can fully focus on healing. 3. Date other women as soon as possible. This doesn't mean rushing into a serious or intimate relationship. The main goal is to prove to yourself that she's not the only person out there. Simply talking, meeting, and spending time with other women will help you realize that there are plenty of opportunities out there, that the world doesn't revolve around her. Your brain needs a reset to break out of the loop of longing and attachment. 4. Focus on yourself. Invest time in improving yourself, your health, career, hobbies, or anything that makes you better. When you pour energy into yourself, you not only regain confidence but also send a powerful message that you don't need anyone else to feel complete. You'll notice that the power of the no contact rule doesn't just come from the absence you create, but also from the energy you project. When you truly move on and let go of attachment, you allow yourself to grow stronger. This not only helps you heal, but also makes her, or anyone else, recognize your true worth. Small actions like decluttering, staying away from social media, and meeting new people are not just strategies but declarations that your life doesn't revolve around a relationship that has ended. These steps help you move forward with independence and autonomy, making no contact not just a coping tool, but a powerful step toward rebuilding your life. Ultimately, you're not implementing no contact to get her back. You're doing it to get yourself back. And when you prioritize yourself, the best things in life will naturally come your way, whether or not they include her. End footnote.